let me in fact go across to our guests as well. We're joined by Sadhvi Bhagwati Saraswati, spiritual leader and Secretary General of Global Interfaith Wash Alliance. We have Mary Milburn, singer and actress. We have Ricky Cage, Grammy Award winning music composer. And here at Ram Ki Paidi, I have with me Rahul Ishwar. Rahul, beautiful, divine, majestic. How will you describe what you're witnessing right now?
Words will absolutely run short, Swati. This is absolutely amazing. From what the people here, we learned that nearly 5 lakh Diyas is going to be, lit, and this is going to be a world record of its own sorts. And always remember, in our culture, Diyas have a very important significance because it signifies Asadoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. So we are moving from darkness to light, negativity to positivity, hate to love, wound to healing. So this is a huge change, and people are in such great mood. They are taking pictures, they are even small children around there lighting lamps. Absolutely sight to behold.
Right. Let me in fact go across to Ricky. Ricky, you said you will compose a song on Lord Ram's return. If you can hear me, Ricky, is the song ready? And are you going to introduce us to it? Tell us about the song.
Actually, the song is already released, and it's a song that I did with Amish Tripathi, and collaboration between us and Sonu Nigam and with Malini Avasthi ji. And the song is already released. The song is already quite successful. It's already hit about over 6 million views in the last 2 days. So it's a song that I composed with all of my heart and put my heart and soul into it. And I'm really, really glad it's been appreciated.
Ricky, will you be able to sing a couple of lines for us?
Actually, the thing is that I'm not a singer. I'm just a composer. And if I sing, then whatever little fans I have, they'll probably run away. So I'll probably not do that. And that's the reason why we have Sonu Nigam and Malini Avasthi ji singing the song. So I would encourage everybody to go online and listen to the song. It's a beautiful song.
All right, but do share your feelings about the return of Lord Ram. Tell us about the essence that you've captured in the song.
No, of course, the song is dedicated to Lord Ram's return to Ayodhya, and watching the ceremony today truly brought me. I was in tears the entire time that I was watching the ceremony. It meant a lot to me. My father, he's 82 years old, and he constantly, for the last 2 decades, he's been constantly talking about how, he feels so sad that during his lifetime, he'll never see the Ram temple being built. And, and when it was announced that the Ram temple was going to be inaugurated on this particular day, he was absolutely overjoyed. And today he watched the entire ceremony so intently, again, with a lot of tears in his eyes. It was a very emotional moment for both my parents. And of course, even though my name is Ricky Cage, my birth name actually is Ram Cage. On my birth certificate, my name is Ram Cage, because that is how big a devotee my father is of Lord Ram. And later on, of course, my name changed, but for this particular song, I decided to go back to my actual birth name, which is on my birth certificate as Ram Cage. So it's a beautiful moment. And the speech of Prime Minister Modi ji, it was so beautiful that it is a new India now. And, Lord Ram is seen as a beautiful metaphor for what India stands for and what India needs to stand for the next 1,000 years. Overall, an absolutely mesmerizing event, and really, I'm so proud of our country that we've managed to do this. We've managed to go back to our traditions, go back to our culture, and go back to our roots through this temple.
Ricky, stay on with us. Let me also go across to Mary. Mary, here from where I'm reporting in Ayodhya, it's electrifying. Like Rahul Ishwar has often described this atmosphere in Ayodhya. Deepotsav has just begun. Diyas are being lit, and it's almost Diwali. And we've seen visuals come in from UK, from US, the Indian diaspora, Hindus across the globe celebrating this historic occasion. What are your thoughts?
Well, thank you so much for having me on, and hello to all of the Times Now family. It's great to see my good friend Ricky there and my sister. Namaste to you all. And what a wonderful moment this is for India, and certainly for those who are lovers of India and the culture across the world. I certainly want to applaud His Excellency Prime Minister Narendra Modi and certainly the government of India on this wonderful achievement on your inauguration today. As I watched the clips from afar, it truly was such a beautiful occasion in celebration of something that's been a long time coming. Certainly listening to Ricky speak and about his father and how this was something Ricky, I think you said your father was 82, that he's been waiting for this moment to see the temple built. It was just really beautiful to watch the coverage today across India, those kinds of stories of our seniors and families and people from all different walks of life that have awaited this moment. So I want to congratulate you all, congratulate the Prime Minister on this wonderful achievement. And certainly I hope that Americans and persons across the world will take time to travel to India to see the temple and learn about more of the Indian culture, certainly learn more about the Hindu faith. As a Christian woman, I have been blessed to have a close relationship with the Hindu community here in the United States and certainly across the world. And so it's a great learning moment for us all. And so anyhow, congratulations to you all.
We hope that you will be here soon too, because we know that you wanted to be here in person, and that you said that you'll be a little upset and sad if you will not be able to make it. But we are watching you through this beautiful camera. We're watching you, and millions of people, your fans, watching you through TV. Would you like to sing a couple of lines? We know that you sing bhajans and artis.
Well, I do love to sing. It is a little bit after 5:30 a.m. in the morning here in the United States, so it's a little early for me to sing, but what I will say is that the beautiful words of the songs that are certainly been raised during this time, they speak to the beauty of this moment. They speak to the beauty of what has been built. And certainly there is great unity in faith. It's a principle that we certainly hold dear to our hearts as Christians. And it's a principle that I know is shared by the Hindu community, the Hindu faith. And so I hope that this edifice is and this inauguration today is a unifying moment for us all.
Absolutely. Mary, Ricky, and Rahul Ishwar, stay on with us. We're taking a very short break, and after the break, we'll also speak to Sadhvi Bhagwati Saraswati. Stay on with us. Welcome back. The Potsav has begun in Ayodhya. Like I said, the wait is over and the celebrations have now begun. And you can see 160,000 diyas have been placed here at the banks of Sarayu at Ram Ki Peri. And, several records have been made here at this very location that we are reporting from during Diwali, and lakhs of diyas have been lit. I have Rahul Ishwar here with me, and to talk about the significance of the moment. Rahul, we know how diyas were lit when Lord Ram came back from Vanvas, and when you see this visual today here, it almost feels like we are in Treta Yuga perhaps.
Absolutely, we are reliving history. That real life history is being brought back. As you know, as we all know, back then there was no electricity. So maybe after 5 or 6 diyas were the only thing to know people. So where it is said when Sri Ram returned from Lanka, and also one significant thing is there, Vibhishana asked Sri Rama to stay back in Lanka and even take over the kingdom if he wants. There is where Rama says, Janani Janma Bhumisha Swargadu Vigariyasi. That means, Vibhishana, your Lanka may be made of gold, but for me, mother and motherland are greater than heaven. That was Sri Rama's statement there, and Sri Rama came back. People of the land were lighting diyas for welcoming him, and it's a great occasion. See, every spiritual occasion, Hindu occasion, is a coming together of people, congregation of people, uniting people, integrating people. What Sarsancharak said as Samanvaya. Samanvaya is a very deep word. Samanvaya means integrating, finding middle ground, consensus, harmony, healing. So diyas were the most beautiful thing because they look very good, they're pleasing to eyes, they give warmth. So many factors are there. We are right now even having cold. So think about a situation 5,000 years back. We are right now slightly freezing. So 5,000 years back, it might be a totally different thing. So diyas were lit to welcome Ram, and it's a great sight. We are reliving the history, reclaiming the history in a positive way.
Absolutely. We are reliving history. We are recreating history. We're also joined by Sadhvi ji. Let me quickly go across to her. Sorry to keep you waiting, Sadhvi ji. Pranam to you and Jai Shri Ram. from Ayodhya. It's at this moment, now that the dream has been realized, people are still coming to terms with it, that the wait is over, still trying to soak it all in.
So wonderful to be with you. I'm here in New York City. And in New York, we are celebrating here in New York, we are celebrating a new yuga, truly a new era, an era of Ram. But what does that mean? It means an era of peace, an era of unity, an era of oneness, an era of harmony, an era of togetherness, of justice, of Dharma. Last night in Times Square, morning in India today, at the time as this beautiful mandir was being inaugurated, we were celebrating with the Indian community in Times Square, recognizing it is time for Ram. It is time for that message, those teachings, that insight. And this is not just a Ram Mandir. This is a Rashtra Mandir. This is a Mandir of peace, of love, of oneness, of harmony, of Dharma. And we've waited 500 years for this temple. And the structure had been destroyed.
Sadhvi ji, you said this is the new yuga. You said this is the new era. I'd want you to throw more light on this and describe this new era to us. But for the moment, we are taking a very short break. Sadhvi ji, please stay on with us. Welcome back. We are all a witness to the historic moment, to the divine moment when Lord Ram was installed in the Garbhagriha. When the Pran Pratishtha happened, Lord Ram has been installed in his rightful place in the heart of Ayodhya, where once his mandir stood, which was destroyed, and it has now been, of course, reconstructed and in the grandest manner possible. Let's take a look at those crucial 84 seconds when Lord Ram came to life. Those crucial 84 seconds of the Pran Pratishtha.
A 5-century-long wait, an 84-second Mahurat, and the first glimpse of the newly deified Ram Lalla idol. Mukhya Yajman and Prime Minister, vested with the popular electoral support of 1.4 billion Indians, Narendra Modi took the solemn walk into the Ram Mandir. Bearing a silver chhatra, he entered the Ram Mandir, and through the flower-bedecked chambers, he stepped into the Garbhagriha. With the RSS chief and Governor and Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh beside him, the rituals began. A sacred puja, offerings to the deity, the original Ram Lalla idol, and the new 5-year-old Lord Ram Murti. The Pran Pratishtha breathed life into the deity. Its eyes, now uncovered, gazed upon the world for the first time. The Mukhya Yajman performed the first worship and did a singular parikrama on the spot. Finally, the Prime Minister of India prostrated himself before Lord Ram. As he'd done in the Temple of Democracy, so did he do before Ram Bhagwan, as the Bharatvarsh ended its 500 years of anguish.
Well, Sadhvi Bhagwati Saraswati is with us on the broadcast, and she earlier organized an event at Times Square in New York. Let's first take a look at the celebrations there before we go back and continue our conversation with Sadhvi ji.
Bharat Mata Ki! Today is the day we are inaugurating and consecrating not only a Ram Mandir, but a Rashtra Mandir. ये केवल This is a mandir of peace, of unity, of love, of Dharma, of oneness. That is the message of Bhagwan Ram. And this is a mandir that we have waited 500 years for. And I'm so incredibly overjoyed to be able to celebrate this incredible day, this incredible moment here in Times Square with our community of Indians, the Indian Hindu community here in New York. And today, by the great commitment, the dedication, the devotion, the bhakti ki shakti, the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, that dream of more than 1 billion people today is coming to fruition. Jai Shri Ram! And today, even in New York, as the mandir is being inaugurated and consecrated in Ayodhya, we have our mandir being inaugurated and consecrated in our own hearts. Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!
Well, the dreams of thousands and thousands of people has realized Lord Ram is home, and all the struggle, the tears and the sweat, it has all borne fruit now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the Mukhya Yajman of the Pran Pratishtha. He performed Ram Lala's Aarti and then consumed prasad and ended his 11-day Anushtan. The Prime Minister also addressed the attendees, and the Prime Minister asserted that this is not just the awakening of national consciousness in the form of Ram, but the fact that Lord Ram is the very foundation of India and our civilizational ethos. Let's listen into the Prime Minister's speech.
ये मंदिर मात्र एक देव मंदिर नहीं है, ये भारत की दृष्टि का, भारत के दर्शन का, भारत के दिग्दर्शन का मंदिर है। ये राम के रूप में राष्ट्र चेतना का मंदिर है। राम भारत की आस्था है, राम भारत का आधार है, राम भारत का विचार है, राम भारत का विधान है, राम भारत की चेतना है, राम भारत का चिंतन है, राम भारत की प्रतिष्ठा है, राम भारत का प्रताप है, राम प्रवाह है, राम प्रभाव है, राम नेति भी है, राम नीति भी है, राम नित्यता भी है, राम निरंतरता भी है, राम विभु है, विशद है, राम व्यापक है, विश्व है, विश्वात्मा है। और इसलिए जब राम की प्रतिष्ठा होती है तो उसका प्रभाव वर्षों या शताब्दियों तक ही नहीं होता, उसका प्रभाव हजारों वर्षों के लिए होता है।
Well, an emotional Prime Minister called today's Pran Pratishtha a new era, the new era that will lay roadmap for the next 1,000 years for our country. And in fact, the Prime Minister also said that this in fact symbolizes shedding of the colonial mindset. Let's listen in.
राम आग नहीं है, राम ऊर्जा है। राम विवाद नहीं, राम समाधान है। राम सिर्फ हमारे नहीं है, राम तो सबके हैं। राम वर्तमान नहीं, सिर्फ वर्तमान ही नहीं, राम अनंत काल है। मेरा शरीर अभी भी स्पंदित है, चित्त अभी भी उस पल में लीन है। हमारे रामलला अब टेंट में नहीं रहेंगे, हमारे राम लला अब इस दिव्य मंदिर में रहेंगे। गुलामी की मानसिकता को तोड़कर उठ खड़ा हो राष्ट्र, अतीत के हर दंश से हौसला लेता हुआ राष्ट्र ऐसे ही नव इतिहास का सृजन करता है। आज से 1000 साल बाद भी लोग आज की इस तारीख की, आज के इस पल की चर्चा करेंगे।
Let's in fact quickly go back to Sadhvi ji. Sadhvi ji, you in your speech said that this is not just Ram Mandir, but this is Rashtra Mandir. And in fact, the Prime Minister also said that this is the awakening of the national conscious in form of Ram. Would you like to throw more light on the fact that even you emphasize that this is not just Ram Mandir but Rashtra Mandir? Do you mean that this is going to bring together not just the entire country but also people all over the world in a sense?
Absolutely, because what Ram's message was, if you look at Ram's life, if you look at his divine message, his divine teachings, what did he show us? He showed us how to live in Dharma, with love, embracing all, bringing all together. You look at the way he went to Shabri. You look at the way that he brought in his army all of the different species. What are these messages? These messages are there to remind us, to break these borders and boundaries, to break the Bhed Bhav, and to embrace all. Whatever caste it is, whatever color, whatever culture, whatever country, and even whatever species. Embrace all, that oneness, that allness. We pray, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhi, Sarve Santu Niramaya. May all be happy and healthy. This is our core culture and tradition. And so when I say this is not just a Ram Mandir, but a Rashtra Mandir, meaning this is now a mandir, a temple, reminding us and showcasing for the world what Indian culture, what Bharatiya Sanskriti really is about. And that is now what our world needs. These messages of peace, of love, of oneness, of togetherness, of allness, of Dharma, of not grabbing. You look at the end of the war of Lanka, how easy it would have been for Bhagwan Ram to just grab that land made of gold. But no.
I think you beautifully summed up the entire emotion and the sentiment that people here are experiencing. Many, in fact, now saying that one should, and especially a Hindu, should stop hesitating and openly embrace this. And we'll discuss that more with Amay Pratap Singh, author, joining us on the broadcast. But for now, we're taking a very short break. Stay on with us. Welcome back. Amay Pratap Singh, you've joined us just at the right time. We were just discussing about the global, international appeal and influence of Lord Ram and Ramayan. And you, in fact, just earlier today announced your book, which is on global history of Ramayan. It is ready for people to order and read. Tell us about the global history of Ramayan and also about this historic moment, this divine moment that we are all witnessing.
Thank you for having me on the show. The book is mainly motivated by this question of how the Ramayan became this truly global text and traveled to all these countries, some of which are well known, for instance, Thailand, Indonesia, Myanmar. I've covered a total of 11 countries in which there is an independent tradition and unique adaptations of the Ramayan. And the book truly brings to light the universal ethics that underlies the text and the story, which has appealed to people in different countries and has transcended even religion. For instance, most of the transmission in Southeast Asia has taken place through Buddhist sources, for instance, in China and Japan. There are two anecdotes, however, that I would like to highlight that are presented in more detail in the book. The first is that of the Southall sisters, which is which was a collection of women, working class women in Southall in 1979, who used the performance of the Ram Leela and the celebration of the Ramayan to protest against the neo-Nazi movement and to raise funds to cover the legal costs of demonstrators who had been put in jail for protesting against the neo-Nazi movement. And the Ram Leela was used as an instrument, as a medium to raise awareness and to raise funds against the neo-Nazi movement. And the second example that is also, I think, popularly known but less discussed is that of Trinidad. When slavery was abolished, the white colonialists found a different way to repackage it, and they moved about 500,000 of indentured laborers from northern India. The key text that those specific Indians held dear was the Ramcharitramanas of Tulsidas. And they too used the performance of the Ram Leela. Trinidad has a 135-year-old unbroken history of performing the Ram Leela. And they used these performances again to challenge white colonialism, to challenge the hierarchies that plagued their societies. And for those specific indentured laborers, especially in the early years of indenture, the Ramayan held a very special place, because just as Lord Ram had been sent into exile and one day could return home, a lot of these indentured laborers harbored those very aspirations. So the story became even more special for them.
Absolutely. It is going to be an interesting read. The information that you will share with us in that book, especially at this time when, there are many naysayers and doubters who believe that this is only going to further divide the society. Amay Pratap Singh, stay on with us. Before I wrap up, I'd like to once again go across to Mary Milburn and request her to sing that bhajan for us, Mary.
Well, let me just say thank you for having me on. It's wonderful to share the segment with wonderful panelists and friends, and I send blessings to all of my family and friends in India on this wonderful occasion. And since everybody on this panel knows this song, you all will have to sing it with me. It's a beautiful Hindu hymn that I have come to love, so everybody has to sing it with me. You all know it. Okay. Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Swami Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Bhakta Jano Ke Sankata, Dase Jano Ke Sankata, Shaname Dura Kare, Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare. God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and congratulations on this wonderful inauguration.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your melodious voice through that bhajan with us. Thank you very much to all our guests, to Sadhvi ji, to Mary, to Ricky, and to Amay Pratap Singh for joining us and sharing your thoughts on this momentous occasion, on this divine occasion. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now.